Top 10 states for the disabled. Did you know that one of the greatest American presidents of all time was a disabled man? Can you guess who? That's right, it's Roosevelt himself. He even went as far as keeping his disability a big secret because he feared the public would consider him incompetent just because he was disabled. Yet it's Roosevelt who gracefully led America through World War II. But since then, America has come a long way when it comes to viewing disability as a hindrance in anyone's life. Laws preventing discrimination against individuals with disabilities have been put into effect. From parts of public life such as jobs and schools to added benefits to create an equitable society, disability laws are everywhere. In today's video, we're diving into the top 10 best U.S. states for the disabled. For this video, we're focusing on the states based on how the local economy, healthcare, and general livability as our main factors. So comment if we get your state in this video and stick around to see which state makes the cut. Number 10. Oregon. Oregon secures its position due to its focus on accessibility and inclusivity. The state ranks high for livability, with the 12th best walkability and public transit scores. What's impressive is that all 83 of Oregon's public transit stations are ADA accessible. You know what that means? Everyone, including those with disabilities, can comfortably and independently use public transportation. It's really a game changer for people who rely on accessible transit options. Now here's a striking fact. Oregon has one of the highest percentages of residents with disabilities, 15% of the state's total population. That's a substantial number. It emphasizes the importance of creating an inclusive environment for everyone. Nearly a third of those with disabilities in Oregon are in public housing, ranking the state 5th in the entire U.S. for livability. It's a testament to Oregon's commitment to providing accessible living spaces for its residents with disabilities. Number 9. New York. Why is New York on this list? Well, it's mainly because of the livability factor. The state has the 7th best public transit system in the nation, and 30% of workers ride it daily. Sure, living here might pinch the pocket a bit, it's a northeastern thing, but the good part is that 30% of households with a member-facing disability are using the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP, or as you might know it, food stamps. Both New York City, NYC, and the entire state of New York have well-organized programs for disabled parking. This really shows their commitment to inclusivity. They've made the state's beautiful natural areas wheelchair-friendly, ensuring everyone can explore and appreciate the outdoors. NYC has put in a lot of effort over the years to be friendly for people using wheelchairs. The city's attractions, amenities, and public transport are mostly wheelchair accessible. This makes it easier for everyone to enjoy. Number 8. Washington. Washington is really thriving, especially in Seattle. The city has an awesome public transport system and tons of wheelchair-friendly attractions. It's even crowned as the most wheelchair-friendly city in America, making Washington a standout for people with disabilities. This recognition is a big win for overall accessibility. Outside the city, Washington is a nature lover's dream with many trails and beautiful spots for outdoor adventures. Sure, living costs are up there, but Washington is serious about everyone's financial well-being. You've got to pull in $13 an hour for a comfortable life, and that lines up with higher earnings for folks with disabilities. Washington scores high in workforce participation, unemployment, and poverty rates, putting it at the top. Walking around outside Seattle might pose a challenge, but Washington is geared up for both short-term and long-term disability benefits. Thanks to its dedication to accessibility and a strong economy, Washington really shines as one of the best states for people with disabilities. Number 7. Delaware. Delaware clinches the 7th spot for folks with disabilities. It's been making some great strides lately. While the CDC notes that almost 200,000 adults here have disabilities, only about 13% are getting disability benefits. But the approval ratings have shot up, bringing good news for the disabled community. Delaware excels in healthcare, snagging the 2nd highest score and securing a spot in the top 10. When it comes to benefits, it's second only to Maryland, beating federal minimum minimums. But it's not just benefits. Delaware scored well in livability too, landing at 12th overall. And they're serious about inclusivity, ranking top 10 in public transit and walkability. Economically, Delaware stands tall with the 4th lowest poverty rate among residents with disabilities, just 16%. They have the Ticket to Work program, offering free job support for Social Security disability insurance folks. Delaware's commitment to bettering the lives of those with disabilities is what bags it the 7th spot, showcasing an ongoing dedication to a supportive and accessible community. Number 6. West Virginia. West Virginia has really turned things around since 2015. Back then, it was considered one of the worst states for people with developmental disabilities. Can you believe that? Now it's in the top 10 because it's more affordable, and people with disabilities are finding good opportunities here. West Virginia has become a great place for those with disabilities, providing a supportive environment. Beyond the numbers, West Virginia makes sure that residents with disabilities get important state benefits. This includes things like not having to pay property taxes. Veterans with a 100% service-connected disabling condition also get free hunting or fishing licenses. The state also goes the extra mile with benefits like veterans' homes and nursing facilities. It provides education support through the Yellow Ribbon GI Education Enhancement Program, tuition waivers, and even a cash bonus for veterans who served in Afghanistan. West Virginia's commitment to enhancing the lives of individuals with disabilities is really remarkable. That's why it's ranked as the 6th best in the U.S. for those looking for a supportive and inclusive environment. Number 5. Maryland. Maryland hits the spot at number 5 on the list, and let me tell you, healthcare is its superstar. A whopping 96% of folks with disabilities here have health insurance. That's a big deal. They have specific benefits like the old age, survivors, and disability insurance of $1,118. They also provide $1,242 for Social Security disability insurance. These numbers are higher than the federally mandated minimums. These programs in Maryland are a safety cushion for its residents. They are there to help out if someone's facing old age, the loss of a spouse, or a disability. Maryland has really made efforts to improve accessibility in public spaces, especially in places like Baltimore. They're making sure public spaces, transportation, and jobs are more user-friendly for everyone. Baltimore is going the extra mile, providing accessible public transport and making sure buildings follow the Americans with Disabilities Act (ADA) standards. Here's a surprising pick at number 4, North Dakota. Not the usual suspect, right? This Midwestern gem caught us off guard with its affordability. It also surprised us with benefits for everyone, especially those with disabilities. It's also the state with the highest labor force participation among disabled folks. This rate reaches a whopping 58%. Moreover, it has the lowest unemployment rate at just 6%. North Dakota is thriving with the Ticket to Work office program. It has the highest participation, offering free career services to those on Social Security due to disabilities. Plus, disabled individuals in North Dakota pull in median earnings north of $26,000 annually. Not too shabby for a Midwestern state. The median wage even hangs around the minimum hourly wage, and with extra benefits, it adds up to a pretty great quality of life. North Dakota, you sure know how to impress, especially for those with disabilities. Number 3. Vermont. Vermont is grabbing the bronze for being the best state for people with disabilities. It's a standout in economic conditions, livability, and healthcare, beating many other states. Despite lower earnings, an impressive 98% of people with disabilities here are insured, and healthcare costs are kept surprisingly low. Vermont's stunning nature and outdoor spaces boost everyone's mood. It's a place that promotes happiness and good health. This makes it almost impossible for disabilities to worsen. Interestingly, only 18% of people with disabilities in Vermont believe they can't access full healthcare coverage. This ranking positions Vermont as the 2nd best state in the country for this aspect. Vermont is a haven for accessible recreation. The Vermont Agency of Natural Resources goes the extra mile to be inclusive. They allow wheelchairs and power-driven devices on public lands, so people with mobility disabilities can explore and dive into all sorts of outdoor fun, from hunting to other cool activities. Vermont is truly an excellent destination for everyone. Number 2. Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania secures the second spot as a top state for individuals with disabilities. What makes it exceptional? Well, it has good transportation and is easy to get around, especially in major cities like Pittsburgh. Even though the minimum wage is the 8th lowest at $13.39 per hour, it mainly covers essential living costs such as food and housing. When it comes to health coverage, more than 96.6% of people in Pennsylvania have insurance. This ranks Pennsylvania 15th in the nation. And more importantly, 80% of those getting disability benefits say they have enough access to affordable health care. They are also satisfied with their access to home care. Pennsylvania doesn't only stand out for transit and affordability, it's also the 9th highest in public transit use and the 3rd best in transit score. And if you like walking, it's the 4th most walkable state. Number 1. Massachusetts. Massachusetts tops the charts for people with disabilities. Here's why. A whopping 98.3% of disabled residents have health insurance, the highest nationwide. This means they can tackle their medical needs head-on. Massachusetts shines with the 4th highest number of Medicare providers per capita. What adds to its charm is the robust public transit system, especially in major cities. Living here is quite easy for people with disabilities thanks to accessible healthcare and easy city mobility. Plus, it opens up job opportunities. While the state faces a 15% unemployment rate for disabled individuals, the median earnings are impressive, nearly hitting $24,000. Massachusetts also takes inclusive education very seriously. It offers various programs and resources across its schools and universities to support students with disabilities, so it's no surprise why Massachusetts is number 1 on the list. And this brings us to the end of our video today. We hope you enjoyed traveling to the best states in the US for the disabled with us, and hope we'll see you around next time. Till then, be happy, be kind, and spread love. Goodbye.